I'm sorry, 2 seconds.
Okay.
Yep, and then here we go, and then, yep, okay.
Good evening. This is the May 27th Design Review Commission. Called to order, roll call tonight. Glenn Cass, Chair,
Richard Stanton, present.
Travis Causer, present.
and we have two gentlemen not present today. Adoption of the agenda. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
I'll move that we adopt the agenda.
Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Public comments. That would be for items that are not on the agenda that are under the purview of this commission. Do we have any raised hands on Zoom or anyone in the audience that wants to speak of that issue?
No, we do not.
Okay, moving on to the consent calendar. We have approval of the minutes of meeting that were drafted for May 12th, 2025. Do we have any changes or we have a motion to adopt?
Could I make one small comment? So it referred, the Mount Diablo condos in that write-up refers to it as a subterranean parking garage, which it clearly isn't, right? It's all above ground. And since it's kind of a big part of that meeting, you might want to just modify that to say it's, 2 stories above ground.
Okay.
Other than that, I move that we approve the minutes.
Okay, do we have a second? Okay, so we're all in favor with the revision? Say aye.
Aye.
No study session, continue public hearing. Okay, this is an item that we last addressed, I don't know, 6 weeks ago or so. In any event, this is for code compliance at 3385 Woodview Drive. This will include some new retaining walls, some landscaping, some fencing, some grading of the driveway. And I believe we're just asking for this to be moved to the June 9th calendar because late submittal that still needs to be reviewed by staff for the civil engineering work.
Right.
And some submittals still needed on landscaping and fencing.
Correct.
And hopefully all those will be packaged together and available for the June 9th meeting.
Indeed. Yes, so yes, you laid it out very nicely at the April 28th, 2025 meeting. The Design Review Commission voted to continue to today's meeting on the 27th. But as you have said, plans were received not in time for the deadline for this meeting, so staff has requested and recommends that the commission continue the item to June 9th meeting to provide time for staff analysis and presentation of the revised plans and prepare a resolution with conditions of approval if directed by the commission. So staff's recommendation is to continue the item to the regularly scheduled meeting on June 9th, 2025.
Okay. Will code compliance have the issue regarding trees?
Yes, they should, yes.
Okay. So.
So I think,
unless-
so we do have the property owner
Okay.
in the room if there's any,
Do you want to
We're-
take a couple minutes to discuss where you stand?
I'm not sure where to start or what to say, or I was told not to bring anything to.
Well, that's fine.
I do not.
I mean, we haven't seen the civil engineering drawings, okay, but you're aware that the neighbors, their concern was that the native soil was the point at which the 6 feet height was determined. So it was roughly about 2 feet higher now than what the native soil was. So that would change the height of the retaining walls. They also don't want the fence immediately on the retaining wall. They want it back at the setback. With the exception of a small portion that would align to the end of the garage. Okay, because that would, so the variance is only going to be, or at this point in time, a variance would only be required for that small segment to hit that setback line from the garage, and that's it.
I'm sorry, why by the garage?
Well, your neighbor wants privacy, so they want a fence. And the first submittal that you had didn't have a fence there.
There is a fence, however, we put some plants. Do you remember I sent you a drawing with plants?
Yeah, I can confirm the receipt. I still need
it's-
time to analyze.
It's no big deal, but we were gonna plant. I think that's what it was discussed at last meeting. To put in green trees, green stuff.
So you're gonna be able to put a 6-foot hedge up
Yes,
immediately?
yes. I mean, that's the plan. Yes.
Okay. I'm just a little concerned, knowing what the neighbors' comments were from the 2 previous meetings that we had,
From,
that if plants are the only solution, that it's gonna take a while for them to mature and give them the privacy that they're looking for.
so right there by the garage, if we put a 6-foot fence from the grade, that should cover there is not much height by the garage. Nothing was changed.
Right.
The only issue was on the far side, which is not that particular neighbor's property, it's somebody else's, but that's where the height was.
Right, I know that right, on the north side, you have a higher, it was 8-foot high retaining wall there,
Yes.
but,
Asking what size of fence, and we'll just put it up.
What size of fence?
well,
You
6
see
feet, and we can just put
6 feet is, yeah,
So,
the city's requirement is 6.
no problem.
is there, can we do a 7-foot for his
No.
privacy?
Um,
No, I.
no, normally no, okay, I mean, you can ask for a variance, but we don't normally give we try to minimize variances. Because then everyone wants a 7-foot fence in Lafayette,
Well,
you know,
okay.
and then it's an 8-foot fence.
Yeah, no, it's not a problem. If he wants more privacy, we'd be happy to go.
Well,
for
I
that.
think
It's not a big
that,
deal.
no, I think a 6-foot fence
That's not a problem.
that comes from the garage and then hits at the setback line, so it's not gonna be at his property line, it's gonna be back.
And how many feet is the setback?
So that's
Uh,
15 feet. from the
15
property
feet.
line.
15 feet.
I think that's where it was.
No, no, the original fence wasn't there, and you had no fence in the previous civil engineering. You had a curb or something to keep the cars from rolling down the embankment, okay? So, again, the retaining wall is gonna be in that first 15 feet.
Mhm.
And then beyond that, there's only gonna be a portion in that 15 feet to line up with the garage, the first segment from the garage over. And then once you're at that 15-foot setback, that's whatever along the fence needs to give him his privacy so that his deck is not visible. Okay,
But we will have greenery either way, fence or
Okay.
no fence will.
okay.
Yeah, they've proposed with the forthcoming plans for the,
Well, I'd like to get this done because I would like to see construction started during the summer.
Will be more.
We don't want to use up the whole grading, non-rainy season to get work done. Okay, so
You need a
the
motion?
motion is to
Motion to continue.
move it to continue on June 9th.
Mhm.
Do I have a second on that motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you for coming.
June 9th, 7 or 7:30?
It's gonna be at 7. Yeah, we had to be at city council today and we won't have to be there.
I'll email.
Thank you
Thanks
very
so
much.
much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, yes, you're dismissed. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Okay, Art volunteer, I will volunteer, and then we have commission comments,
None.
and we have staff
None.
comments, and we have adjournment.
Thanks a lot, good night.
Good night.
Good night, you're welcome. 5 minutes?
That,